And this is our continued coverage of TIA 2013, the conference right here at the Gaylord National in Washington, D.C. We have the pleasure of talking to David Walsh. He's the new CEO, President, and Chairman of GENBAND. And David, I hope you don't mind if I introduce you as the new. You've been acting for the last at least 6 months, is that right?
Absolutely.
All right, and he just came off a keynote at the conference. First of all, how did that go?
I think it went well. I always enjoy kicking off conferences, and we don't pass any opportunity to get out in front of our customers, so we're really thankful that the TIA thought enough of us to invite us to do the keynote.
Now, Joe McGarvey, who I know well over at GENBAND, kind of filled me in on your keynote. I was not able to sit in on it myself. There was a discussion about the dynamic between PSTN and energy. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah, well, everybody's trying to figure out what to do with the PSTN. How do you retire it? How do you collapse it? How do you replace it? And this is a network that was built over the last 125 years. A lot of the infrastructure is 20, 30 years old. So it's a massive project and undertaking to be able to actually shift that and migrate it. So what we found is that there are two obstacles. One, just the technical challenges of actually doing something on this order of magnitude, and the other is how do you finance it? So what we have found is that because power costs have continued to rise, that there's a huge opportunity to eliminate electrical costs or energy costs by getting rid of the TDM networks and the PSTN. And we can use those savings to finance the next generation networks. So now we found a unique way to finance this transition. So for companies who are CapEx constrained or resource constrained, GENBAND has all the technology required to make this migration to multimedia. It has the people, the resources, not just the technology, but it also has the financing capability to allow this to happen. So this has sort of been done in many other industries, but it's a no money down. We can completely transition your network, move you from a CapEx to an OpEx model, but your OpEx does not go up because we're going to finance that OpEx with the savings from the energy savings.
David, and we've talked about this before, by the way, there's a lot of migration towards software services, software networking, virtual networking, and as that happens, operators and service providers become more concerned with the legacy equipment that they currently have, that they purchased not long ago, even 15 years ago is considered quite new. What do they do with that legacy equipment? How do they manifest that into something that's monetizable?
Yeah, most of the stuff that we're talking about today, the TDM networks, have been amortized off the books for a long period of time. The real cost associated with them is the energy cost, the real estate cost, the water cost associated with cooling all of this technology, all these frames and central offices, and then the operating cost, the maintenance and the support that goes with it. So what we found is that if you move to software, you're able to compress those costs substantially. Free up real estate, free up people and resources to do other things. So we think that, I'm sure there's some technology that's been placed in the network that's, going to get antiquated along the way. But I think that's a sort of a rounding error compared to the amount of savings that you can achieve by making the shift.
David, of course, we're talking about the future of the network here at TIA 2013, and even yesterday in the late afternoon and through this morning, some of those new technologies for the future of the network were discussed: software-defined networking, network function virtualization, WebRTC that we've discussed before. What are some of those technologies that you're hearing about right now?
Well, one of the things I'm seeing, it's happening right now, which is just amazing. I think it's going to change the way we live. Literally, on a moment-by-moment basis, is this notion of the Internet of Things. There is now the ability to embed markers in everything that exists in our physical world. So on your suit, on your tie, in your pen, on your laptop, on this desk, that you can take a smart device and you will be able to tap it and be able to read what it is. So this is how we're going to search. You won't type in a Rolex watch. You'll just tap it and it'll tell you it's a Rolex watch. In fact, what you can do is tap and you can initiate a video session, which will tell you where you can go to replace your battery or how to set the time. If you want to know where did this suit come from, and is it is the wool from Zenyo, or where is it from? So this notion where everything will be able to be smart when attached to a smart network is going to change the way we live. So how we search, counterfeiting as an example, just take one thing. Every dollar bill in the world is going to be embedded with a fingerprint that you'll be able to detect and determine whether it's real or not. Same with any type of luxury good. 20% of luxury goods are counterfeited. So we can now explore the world by making items and objects intelligent through the use of an intelligent network. And I think that's going to be the thing that changes the way we live. That's the sort of the next generation of where the internet is going.
David, you just before we started this session, we talked about an over-the-top service that GENBAND purchased that you're offering as a white label service. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, we bought a company called Fring. They're one of the major market-leading over-the-top providers. They've been around for 7 years. They have 40 million users, so this is a huge community out there. It's used for sending, making voice calls, SMS, videos. So it's a communications application that you can take on the go with you. It's completely mobile, you're untethered, and it rides over the top, so there's no cost. And what we found is that the amount of traffic that is moving over the top is amazing, the growth rate. For example, if you just look at international minutes grew from about 275 billion minutes in 2005 to 2012, it went to 550 billion. But in that same time, the over-the-top players went from 0 to 250. So they're essentially all the growth. So there's this massive amount of growth in over-the-top. So we looked at that and said, okay, our job is to make sure that our customers, the carriers, the cable operators, the enterprises have technical capability to be able to take advantage of anything that's coming around the corner. And clearly, the over-the-top market has arrived. You're seeing companies like Skype, WhatsApp, and Viber, in addition to Fring, generating huge amounts of traffic and picking up lots of customers. So our thought is that we could pick this infrastructure up because we know it can scale, we know it's got the feature functionality, and we can then offer it as a managed service to our carriers so that they can actually develop a competitive offering in the over-the-top marketplace. So Fring really isn't about a consumer play for us. It's about providing an infrastructure to our customers so that they can launch their own set of over-the-top services. So we thought we looked at the market, we looked at everybody out there, and we thought that Fring had a combination of proven ability to scale and deep feature functionality that would allow us to quickly get any of our customers into the over-the-top space really fast.
David, TIA appreciates your involvement in the TIA 2013 conference, and of course we appreciate you coming here at the desk and talking to us, so thank you.
And we always appreciate the opportunity. Thanks you.
Thanks a lot, David. And for more information on how you can still attend, please log on to TIA2013.org, and to follow us on Twitter, please go to TIA_now. If you're not able to make it out this week, please go to TIAnow.org for all of our live coverage. So long.